The ancient Romans used their knowledge of engineering, materials, and architecture to create structures unlike any other. By combining their skills and resources, the Romans developed what is now known as Roman architecture. This style consisted of a variety of structure and designs, but the use of arches was fundamental to Roman architecture. Arches allowed the Romans to create buildings with larger spans and more variety in their designs. This allowed the Romans to build with greater efficiency, as they could create more intricate and beautiful structures with fewer materials. In addition to arches, the Romans developed a number of other structural designs to reinforce their buildings, such as buttresses, corbels, and domes. Buttresses add additional support to the structure and create more stability, while corbels take the weight off the walls and transfer them to the ground. Domes, most famously seen in the Pantheon, are semicircular arches that create a strong curved shape. These structural designs, combined with the use of arches, allowed the ancient Romans to create some of the most iconic and beautiful buildings in the world, from grand temples to homes and public baths. The influence of the Roman use of arches is far-reaching and can be seen all around the world. The use of arches in modern architecture can create an air of grandeur and elegance, while also allowing architects to create buildings that are efficient and cost-effective. The arch design used by the ancient Romans has endured centuries of upheaval and change, and still stands today as a testament to their innovation, engineering prowess, and architectural genius. End quote. That was from learnancientrome.com. Bienvenidos, welcome, and thank you for joining us for Season 2, Episode 1 of the PanaFamilia Podcast with Eduardo and Nicole, where we discuss our experience relocating to and raising our 3 young children here in Panama, share our journey of building our new farm and home here in Central America, and let you know what we're learning along the way. We're glad you're here. Vámonos! Hey everybody, we're excited to be back.
We're back.
Season 2, I honestly wasn't sure if we were going to do it. I mean, I've wanted to, but lately I've been like, oh man, are we going to be able to record anymore?
Yeah, we've been wanting to do these, but it just seems like we've been so busy. Oh, we're all so busy. Well, I hate saying that, but
not just busy. I think a lot of it was the fact that we have all these neighbors around us for the busy season here in Panama, and so since we're living in this hotel and there's guests here all the time, we can't record these outside because that's how annoying would that be if we're sitting here recording and there's people next to us. So everyone's left. It's just us here at the hotel again.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, we live in a small apartment right now, so.
In a hotel.
In a hotel. It would be very hard to record inside.
In the bedroom. Well, because the boys are napping and busy right now. So anyways, it's working out better now. I think we'll be able to
we're the only ones
this.
here. This is the first time we're alone since December, I think.
January. Early January.
January.
Yeah, very little privacy, but it was also really cool to get to know a lot of people, and they all were really, really good with the kids, which was cool.
But when we were here during the rainy season, we were like, man, this place is a ghost town. And then it was, just wait until the dry season, wait until the carnival start, wait until the party start. We're like, no one's going to come. What are you talking about? There's no one here. Oh, and then all the foreigners, the Canadian retirees that come in. The snowbirds, as they're called. And lo and behold, like, Christmas came around and everyone just started...
Post-Christmas.
Yeah. A bunch of Canadians showed up. Just everything was busier, like... And then all the parties started.
Well, Christmas and New Year's at the beach was crazy.
Yeah, Christmas and New Year's at the beach was... We've never seen so many people at the beach. And then the hotel we're staying at went from empty to being basically full every day for up until now.
Yeah, it was mostly long-term people.
It was all long-term people, which was nice because that way we just kind of met certain people, and that was our quote-unquote neighbors for a couple months. And then also we had the parties going on at the same time too, which were pretty crazy.
First it was the Patronales, right?
Yeah.
The patron saint of Las Lajas or whatever. And so there was like processions down the road with shrines and stuff, and then just constant music and bullfights and just fireworks nonstop. Just music pounding
all the time,
all hours of the day and night.
So like 5 a.m.
And then there was like 4 days of a break.
Yeah.
And then it was Carnival. And that was another week.
That was a whole week. And basically we've come to the conclusion that nothing can get done during that time. It's really not great to go to the beach because it's busy. Mm-hmm. It's not great to go to town because it's busy. And
everything in town, like all the events and stuff are right in the center of town. So things are fenced off, and they build all these new
booths,
but also the stage and the discoteca.
The club.
And they've got days where everyone's riding their horse through town. So you've got 200 cowboys and cowgirls just riding through town, and parades and queens. And if you hear that buzzing or ringing sound in the background, that's the cicadas coming through on their trail to find love. Oh yeah, just all sorts of stuff.
And then comically, that was the week that we were trying to start building our house. And basically our main Panama builder told us that we can't do anything because at this point I don't even try to get the guys to work because no one wants to work because they want to party. And if I do make them work, they either don't show up because they've been partying too hard, or they just complain the whole time. So now what I've just been doing, we don't work during this time.
Yeah, it's vacation. Yeah.
It's just no one does anything.
Yeah.
And it seemed like everyone we were contacting, we have a fish guy, he was gone. We were contacting people for materials, they were always gone. Mm-hmm. Throughout, it's like a nationwide thing. The whole
country's just shut down for 2 weeks, basically.
Everyone takes their vacation, so.
Yeah. So that ended whenever Ash Wednesday was. End of February? Middle of February? Whenever it was, because Easter's coming up here at the end of the month. But yeah. Then it finally, at least it quieted down with, no more fireworks and no more music nonstop. But there was still, a lot more tourism, and there were still guests here. And then school starts. So the school break is end of December through end of February. That's, the summer here because it's the dry season. So now that school is back in session starting last week, things have really quieted down. So you don't have any tourists from Panama. Most of the tourists that were coming from outside of Panama are also leaving. Everyone's just kind of getting back into the swing of things, and it's kind of nice. We're kind of realizing that we like it more when it feels more quiet here.
Yeah, it's starting to resemble more of when we first came here.
Right.
Without the rain, that's the only big difference.
Yeah, it's still, the weather is super hot, still humid, and just super dry because it hasn't rained in at least a month, and really windy every day. Around 11 or 12, the wind picks up, and so that is nice. But it's dry. People don't use sprinklers here, so all the grass and plants just kind of die or get brown. Trees have lost their leaves, and
Not a whole lot of clouds roll through.
Yeah, so it's just like glaring sunlight if you're out in the sun just all the time.
And then if there's no wind, you just sweat like crazy because it's so humid.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably it's like mid-90s.
Yeah.
Pretty much by the afternoon. The evenings usually cool off. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, after our little life update that we just did, is our dome home progress, which has, drastically progressed since we last talked about it. Last season, if you go back to one of the episodes in last season, we talk about like why we chose Aircrete Dome, who we're working with, what the process has been like, the design process. But yeah, we're going to give a little update on the build process so far.
And that's basically been our life for the last month. Yeah, we probably put a good 8 to 10 hours at the dome.
Every day?
Yeah, between talking to people. And,
I mean, you do maybe. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, at least for me, between the working with the guys at the crew or running an errand specifically for the dome, like running...
Maybe over the last 3 weeks it was like that, because there was a lot of like running and getting, we ran out of this or we need this material.
Yeah, or meeting with people or stuff like that.
You've done a lot of communicating
I've done a lot of communicating.
People.
So it's been, at least it's been my life. I mean, it's become dome has been such a part of my life that my head is bald now. And it looks like, you can't see, but I shaved my head in honor of our dome.
Oh, your dome.
So that's been our life, and I'll let Nicole start from the beginning.
Okay, we were able to we coordinated with 2 local architects here, one who works for the local municipality, so he will be helping like sign off basically on our plans and get us our permit, so we can officially build, and that's all legal, which is really cool because there's only that we know of, like including Matt, who designed our dome. There's only been 2 or 3 other permitted domes in the whole world that like are up to, that have like a building permit basically. One that he's building for himself and his family in Spain, and then one that he built in Virginia in the United States. So
and the one in Turkey.
I don't know if that was permitted, though. We're talking permitted domes. Yeah.
I thought that one was permitted.
There's a lot of domes, but I don't know if that Turkey one was. We'll have to clarify that. But it's really cool that, like, it's only the 3rd one, most likely worldwide, that has a building permit.
Yeah. Because, like, the big thing about these guys, these domes, people just build them out in the middle of nowhere without permits. Mm-hmm. And that's great, but we wanted to, obviously, because we can't get power unless... we have permitted home.
Yeah, we're not doing off-grid.
And, I mean, we think this is good for the dome cause. It's been kind of a back and forth, but,
not as complicated as... I mean, we weren't ever concerned, and there's been a few times where it got a little complicated, and there were some questions, and all we had to do was have some meetings and clarify things, and we're moving forward. So we got our provisional permit, which was really cool, and I guess that's really hard to get here, but we were able to get that, so we could start building. It was like February 1st, I think, that they started breaking ground, and we weren't even there, which was...
That's how busy we've been. We're there for...
Yeah, we didn't like make the first shovel hole, but the thing is, like, we already broke ground when we built the milk barn, and we've been, doing fencing and all, not us personally, but with a team of people have been doing lots of other projects. So
we have a recurring thing in our family when there's a big moment in our life, we kind of just don't acknowledge it and just keep moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, we did acknowledge when we purchased the farm and stuff like that, but you can't make a ceremony for every single thing in your life sometimes. We actually were the ones, me and Eddie, who went to the farm with the boys one night before anything started and put stakes in the ground for where we kind of thought we wanted the house to be facing and to be situated. And they ended up using that same spot. And they said, yeah, this looks great. There's enough space, because we kind of measured it out to see if it was enough space away from the hill behind it and the trees and stuff. And so that was cool that was kind of our hands doing that. So then the guys started, digging out for the foundation. This was all done by hand. There's been no huge machinery on our land, which is really cool.
Everything's pickaxes and shovels and strong hands.
Yeah.
Strong people.
Yeah, it was a pretty flat area, and that's why we picked it. It's just really the perfect home site, to be honest. We showed some friends the other day, and they said it looks like you cleared that spot just for the house. Like, it looks like it's just meant to be there. I thought that was really cool that he noticed that. We are eventually going to get the permits from the firefighters and from a few other organizations that have to give us permits, but we're going good right now, and we have our permit from the local city. And I mentioned that we're working with a really great local builder and his team, but we did hire a man named Ignacio who lives in California, and he's been building domes. He's part of like the Dome Gaia team, and he's been building domes for the past, I don't know, I think 10 years or something like that. Yeah. And we really felt like we needed someone who was experienced to come down here and help us get started. So do you want to talk about that?
Before I start talking about him, we got really lucky with the Panamanian crew that we hired, because everything that we've done is out of the ordinary. They work in squares, we're doing circles, literally. Like so everything we've showed them that we want to do, they've figured out a way to do it. I was so our guy that from California was kind of worried about them circling out the foundation, and they were like, no, we can do it, and they did it.
They got their stakes and strings and right angles and everything out to like make sure, because when you have a bunch of radiuses, it's really important to make sure everything's lined up, and so they did it very creatively. Yeah, so
right from the get-go, like, I've just been so impressed by those guys, from making the foundation to making sure the circles, circle, the right length, perfect, the right size. I don't even know what the words is. To now when we told them about the material and about how we're going to make our own blocks, and also, eventually this dome's going to start going inward, and, they see like, oh, how does it not fall? And we brought this guy from California, like Nicole mentioned, Ignacio, who has a lot of experience, and our main builder was already like bouncing his own ideas before he even like showed him anything, as far as like laying bricks and making sure they don't fall, and
making sure they stay the radius stays correct, right? With like the compass arm and stuff. Yeah.
And Ignacio, our California builder, he was very impressed with them too, with Don Anibal, as we call him. And he basically said like, oh yeah, he just needs to see how it's done once, and he's got to figure it out.
Right. Yeah.
And then also, Ignacio showed the guys pretty quickly too how to make blocks. They did like basically like 3 batches, and after and the first one, like every single batch has gotten better, and now like the past 2 weeks of batches, every single time it looks good.
Yeah.
The bricks look good.
The process down really well.
So, Ignacio came down here, and he basically, he did exactly what we want him to do.
He helped us build the forms.
Yeah, he helped us build the forms
for the blocks.
Blocks, and then he showed the guys how to make the blocks with the Make the mix. Yeah. And then once he saw that those guys figured that part out, he was just basically working with our main builder at the home site, putting arches up and trying to get everything organized to where, it's easy to put everything up, and showed them how to put the bricks up without them falling, and they just figured it out pretty quickly. I was very impressed with everyone.
Yeah, everyone worked together as a really good team. I feel like all the things that like can go wrong when there's like, multiple cooks in the kitchen, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
None of that stuff happened. Everyone was respectful. Everyone was, taking each other's ideas and working with them. And, some things we had to make, and we're still having to make adjustments based on like what we can find locally, what resources and materials we can find that maybe like aren't normally used for it. But,
That's where Don Anibal, our Panamanian,
yeah.
he's like making his own tools.
Yeah. And there was a few, so our architect from Spain is the one who designed like our original plans based on how we wanted the house, and he made the plans and he put in, a foundation plan and all sorts of different details for the build. But then the local architects wanted to take that and tweak it a little bit just to match Panamanian standards, I guess. So that's where there's been a little bit of some, I guess, issues or hold up just in the past week, honestly, because the local architects want to add some more features in that they think will help with structural integrity. And based on Matt's experience and expertise, he doesn't think we need them, but we're going ahead and doing it because it will get the process moving forward, basically. And so we're adding in some extra beams that weren't in the original plan. But if it makes the local architects and local officials or whatever happy, and it also doesn't really hinder the design or hinder like the elements that why we chose this, then like we were okay with it. And it wasn't a bunch more money. It was some extra concrete beams and some extra rebar. Other than that, everything's just like gone really well. So the focus right now is, like we've mentioned before, we have 3 large domes that are connected. There's one hallway between one of them leading to our room, and then we have a small dome that's a bathroom dome. So basically 4 domes have to be built. So the focus right now is basically on the main dome and then all the arches for all the windows and doorways, and the boys' bedroom dome. They have the stem wall up for that, and now the main focus is going to be finishing the main dome and then kind of like moving on from there, so doing one dome at a time. Because as you're building the dome, you have to have these long metal poles that are called the compass arm, which like tell you where to place each brick so the circle stays exact and proper. So after you're done making one dome, you would move those compass arms to the next dome and reuse them. Same thing with all the forms for the windows and doors. We'll utilize those and reuse them in the next dome. We had a local carpenter make those for us, and he made them really fast. And that was another thing that we were just like, man, these people are just on it. Like, we gave him the measurements and got them to us within like 2 or 3 days or something, right?
Yeah, he got all the forms done within like 2 days.
Yeah.
And he was like giving us the forms as he was building them, because we didn't have to wait for all of them. So he finished one form, he'd bring it over.
Yeah,
the guys would start
really
installing
nice.
them so they wouldn't hold them over.
Yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, most of our days we go over there and help with something. Eddie's over there a lot more. I mean, we still have, to take Jude to school, and we have obviously the 2 younger kids who like can't just be out at the job site all the time, because like you can't get it that much done when they're there all the time, but they are there, they're helping, and that's really cool to see, especially Jude. He's been a big help. He helps, he goes with Eddie in the afternoons after school now, and they work on projects, and this is what we wanted. Like, we wanted to be like, as a family, involved in it as much as we could. I mean, we're not out there laying bricks every day. I would like to be, but I haven't really had the chance to do that yet.
Yeah.
I also don't, I don't personally have the time to be out there like 6 hours a day, because we don't have someone to take care of the kids that long. But we are very involved in it, and we're friendly with all the building team, which is cool. We're excited to one day have a housewarming party and invite them all over, and have them just relax and enjoy their hard work over there.
Yeah.
We have had a few people like drive in and to visit and check it out, because as it's going up, like you can see it more from the road. Our house is probably 200 yards from the road,
Yeah, but you can see it.
but you can see it because there's not very many trees.
There's
up
one
right
tree,
now.
so unless you're completely horse blinded, like you can see it.
So sometimes people will just like pull in and come check it out, and I think that'll happen more and more as the domes get complete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point where I think I might start charging
For tours.
And everyone's got comments about the dome. My dad says we're not building a home, we're trying to bring aliens in, because one of the first pictures we saw that we sent him was all the circles for the foundation, and
Right.
it just looked like crop circles.
Uh-huh.
I heard the alien joke from someone else. One of the wood guy told me the alien joke. Someone called it a pizza oven.
Giant pizza oven.
Pizza oven.
Star Wars
house. I call it the Star
yeah.
Wars bongo house. Yeah, but it's fun. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Even just like now with how little is done on it, like it, just having like all the stone arches, it just feels really like an ancient building almost, because you just aren't used to standing under like stone arches. So I'm really excited to like see how it feels when we're like living in there, or even just when one of them's done and we can like be inside of it. And like I think it's just so pleasing to the eye and so calming to the nervous system almost, to just see like rounded things everywhere instead of like hard angles.
Yeah. Nicole compares it to being back in the womb. Since I am there basically like all day sometimes, besides lunch, and I'm there during the heat of the day, and like a couple days ago, I was touching the cinder blocks compared to the aircrete blocks, and they were a lot cooler, and I was like, oh, yeah,
you can tell the difference.
You can tell the difference, because like right now, since we haven't seen a cloud in like 2 months, the hotel apartment we're staying in, because it's all cinder block, gets so hot in the afternoons and evenings because the sun is just beating on it, and it's just like, man, we're not going to have this issue because we're going to have these blocks kind of protecting us from the sun. So it just gets me more and more excited to like Nicole says, like get the dome up. And I even joke with the guys like, hey, once you build the first main dome, you guys got a place to eat lunch and stay cool. And
I mean, you put your hand on a cinder block and then your hand on the aircrete block right above it, because we have the 3-foot stem wall and cinder block, and you can feel a huge difference in it.
It's a good 10 to 15 degrees.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then that cinder block, all night long when the sun's down, just releases that heat. And yeah, it's just, this aircrete is a really cool idea. Yeah. So our goal and what we're hoping for, because also we have our shipping container arriving in end of July, beginning of August is the plan, is to have the home at least ready to like house things, like secure enough to be closed up. Maybe the plumbing's not complete or something like that, but
we can start putting stuff in it.
Yeah. So we're hoping to be living in it by August, I would hope.
I'm shooting for July.
July or August. I'm trying to be positive without being like unrealistic, but I think things are going to start moving along quickly. The biggest issue is like, can we get power? Can we get electricity? Because we can't run everything on a generator.
Yeah, and then also we're building the main dome first, which has the most entrances and windows. It's the biggest dome. It's the most complicated dome.
Yeah.
And I keep telling Don Bell, our main builder, like, oh man, once you guys get this one done, like the other 2 domes and the bathroom dome are going to be...
They're going to go up quick.
They're going to go up quick because they're just like... They both have like 2 or 3 windows each or something like that.
Yeah. Well, the 2 bedrooms have 3 windows, and then the bathroom only has 1, so that one will be really easy.
Yeah, so that's why they can get after it.
Everything's just been such a great, not perfect, right? But like such a great experience, and so many great people that I don't know. I wasn't expecting this many people to be so nice to us, like so so quickly, just because we're new. And I don't know. I wasn't being pessimistic, but I just feel like people are just like so overwhelmingly kind and open and helpful, and yeah.
Yeah, the Panamanians have been just super nice, super honest, super just helpful. You know, outside of this house, there's thousands of other things that they've been helpful
Right,
with to
right.
just us newbies in this area. And yeah, just this building process, our builder, just like I'm so impressed by the guy. He's such a nice guy. He's, I take Jude or the kids over there, and I'll see them around the work site, and I'll be like, hey, take it easy, to the kids. And then he'll tell me, like, no, they're fine. If they're in danger, I'll let you know, but they're fine. They're fine where they're at. So he hasn't been weird about the kids being there
Right.
or us being there. He even told me, I think like 2 days ago, it was like 3 o'clock, like 95 degrees. They can tell I'm pretty tired because like the past week, I've just been moving bricks.
Because we're making them on one part of the farm, and then we have to move them in a vehicle to the other part of the farm where the house is being built.
So I'm loading and unloading bricks all day. That's what I did for like 2-3 days. And then around 2-3 o'clock, it's really hot. And they all look at me, oh, the sun getting you? And I tell them, like, I'm used to working in the sun, but, I mean, I haven't told Nicole this one, actually. Maybe I did.
I don't think you told me this part.
But, I'm explaining to them, like, yeah, I work in the sun back in California, and it's hot like this, even hotter. But I've been thinking about why I'm so worn now. And it's like, when I was in the United States, I was in the shade. There was fans around me. And I would tell them, like,
the dairies?
At the dairies. And
Yeah.
I'd tell them, like, at the dairies, it's like, yeah, we have these things called soakers where they shoot water on the cows to keep them cool, and they get wet, and then the fan hits them, and that air makes them even cooler because they're wet. And I told them, like, yeah, I would just get on there and splash my face and splash my body a little bit to cool down, and I feel the same fresh feeling. And they just started laughing, and it's like, man, those cows get treated better than us down here in Panama. And like, and they're telling me, like, what's the difference between here and there is technology, and this and that. But then he stopped joking. He's like, but you know what? You're saving yourself some money by always being out here, because like all the jobs that you're doing, we'd have to hire more people to do. And so then I asked them, I was like, because they build a lot of houses for foreigners, and I was like, well, dude, when you guys build houses for foreigners, do they help at all? It's like, oh no, they just want to show up when the key's here and the door's ready to open. Other than that, they're never here.
I love it, and I love being over there and being a part of it, and having the kids be a part of it, like we said. And there's probably, on the highest amount of people day, there's, what do you think, like 8 guys there?
7-8 guys, yeah. There's 2 guys building, or 2 guys making blocks, and about 5 or 6 guys at the house.
Working at the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some days where like some won't show up or whatever, but usually it's around that many. Yeah.
Yeah, and when we have 7 guys, that's when you can really make progress, a lot of progress. I told Donna and I was like, hey, do you want me to get some ice for your guys up here? Because they had 2 water jugs. And he just looked at me very serious, like, no ice. The water's cool, but if it gets too cold, these guys won't work. They'll just be drinking water all day. So it's fine how it is. We don't need ice up here. It needs to be like a certain temperature, and if it gets too cold, like, these guys won't work. They'll just want to be around the water trough all day drinking water.
Water trough.
And I'm just like, all right, you're the boss.
You know what you're talking about.
You know what you're talking about. So there's a lot of little things like that.
He has a younger son that's working there, and what'd you say, he's like 2021?
2021.
Yeah, and he's, it's really cute because he's like really friendly with Jude, and he's kind of takes Jude under his wing when Jude's there.
Yeah,
and show him stuff, and talk to him with Google Translate, and it's really nice to see that. Like, they don't just ignore the kids. Like, they really take time to like say hi to them and get to know them and stuff.
There was one day where Jude and Lucas were just bending rebar for like 2 hours
together.
And Jude, he would give the rebar hook, because they were making hooks for the foundation with rebar, And he would just give the hooks to Jude, and Jude would run them to the guy at the foundation. And it's just cute. It's funny.
Yeah.
To see them. And yeah, he's very nice too.
Yeah, I think that's all we have for now. We'll definitely do another update in another, I don't know, month or two. But we also have lots of pictures and videos of the work and the progress of the dome on our Instagram. Well, my Instagram. Well, yours too, I guess.
Yeah. I've been posting a lot of pictures.
So my Instagram, I can put in the notes, but is Nourish Farm Panama. And then Eddie's is a very long version of Eduardo.
What is it? I don't even know my handle.
It's like ED 30 U's, 30 A's, 30 R's, remember?
It's Eduardo.
Yeah. Oh, is it just a bunch of O's?
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of O's.
Oh, I thought it was a bunch of all of the letters or something.
No,
I don't know.
I think it's just Eduardo.
I will have to type it out in the notes. But yeah, you can go there and see this progress and follow along on there too. Yeah, thanks so much for listening. We're excited to be back with season 2, and we'll see what other fun topics we come up with to talk about.
Yeah, we've been discussing topics while we're driving, and we've discussed beaches, we've discussed
beer.
I started my new job, so I was thinking about...
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
We were thinking about having episodes where I talk about my trips. I went to Colombia.
Right, we didn't even mention that in the little life update.
Oh, yeah, I started my new job. I went to Colombia, and I've been to Miami.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again, those of you who are back to listen. And we will see you next time.
Hasta luego.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time on the PanaFamilia Podcast.